I don't know if, like me, you're tired of the man them. Me tired of the man them running the Ministry of Finance. Yes, we can always console ourselves and tell ourselves how wonderful they were doing. But we have to admit, even if we're going to admit to ourselves alone, that whatever best that they tried, it definitely was not good enough, even in handling the very limited resources that we, the citizens, have been able to provide for them to work with. And therefore, I have a suggestion for the next Minister of Finance. And I believe that we have been going about our business the wrong way and not utilizing all the resources we have in the way in which those resources should be utilized, because we have to face reality. There are some of us who are gifted in certain ways and some of us who are not. And if we continue to put the right positions in the hands of the wrong people, then the results that we will get every time is mediocrity. We fool ourselves in believing it's genius because of politics. But today we're going to do something a little bit different from the politics. We are going to be discussing the next finance minister, and I hope you will also put in the comment section what you think and who you think the next finance minister should be, and you can say whether or not you agree or disagree with me and why. But let me welcome you to Jamaica 411. Thank you so much for joining me, coming by to keep my company as usual. I do appreciate it, and I also appreciate the support that you give the channel. Please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and leave your comments in the comments section, as well as share. All right, so this Ministry of Finance is a constitutional office. The minister, like the Prime Minister, has to be a member of Parliament. Cannot be coming through the Senate. All right? So whoever it is either going to be coming from the remaining 48 members on the government side, or that person is going to come through a by-election. We now have the seats of Trelawney, South Trelawney, vacant. The one that Nigel is in will become vacant, but we understand that there's a person selected, Dane Smith. The seat of Northeast St. Anne just came available. The member of Parliament resigned. I don't know what use of purpose she served. I don't know why her daddy was pushing for her to be a representative when she clearly is not, but such is life. So he has options. Now, I do believe Matthew Samuda is the one that was earmarked for Northeast St. Anne, which is where I am. However, he has some issues with his citizenship. He's a citizen of the United Kingdom, and renouncing that citizenship is not quite so simple. So either the Prime Minister is going to wait until it is finalized, because if you try and push him there, I can tell you he's going to be removed. Don't waste your time, Prime Minister. Let the thing stay, the by-election stay, until he has that certification in his hand, the final certification that he's no longer a citizen of the United Kingdom, is what I would recommend. But enough of that. Now, I believe that our finance minister should not only be female, but always be a female. And I'm going to justify my beliefs by saying this. But let me first apologize for that frying sound you're hearing in the background. That's actually rain, good old rain. Good old rain, and I love rain. I don't know about you guys. I love the rain. But let me get on to it. You're not here to hear me talk about my love for rain. All right. So why do I say that a female should always be Minister of Finance? First of all, when you have a family, let us say you have a male, a female, mother and father, and children. That woman in the family, if she's going to function properly, she must understand the income that the family has available to it. How much money is it that they have? How much is daddy bringing in? If mom is a stay-at-home mom, how much is it that daddy is bringing in? Having determined the amount of money that the family has available to it, she then sets priorities. That's what she does. Especially in circumstances where the money tight, very limited, and even more is it necessary for her to set the priorities. If that money that is coming in is so limited, it can barely buy food for her family. And it is doubtful when money will come their way again. So you see the position that that family is in. Real bad, right? Okay. Now, what is her job? Her job, as I said, is to set the priority. Now, a woman who can manage this precarious position her family finds itself in, if she can make it work without complaining and griping, and always encouraging her man and her family, it takes a lot of pressure off the man. The father who is out there trying his best for her and her children. Her job is to make sure that the children love and appreciate their father. That's her job as a mother, including setting the priorities. And you will find that such a family can be happy even in such straitened conditions where money is very limited. The woman is the key to a healthy, prosperous, and happy family. It is her skills that will turn a house into a functional and happy home. Like up the video, please like up the video and write in the comments and tell me if you agree or disagree. If you disagree, tell me why. If you agree, tell me why. Nothing is set in stone. It doesn't mean that every single female makes her for a good mother and a good homemaker. No. Just like not every man is a good father and a good provider and security officer for the home. But for the most part, that is what you'll find. Men are very good at finding ways to earn money. No matter how professional the woman is and what kind of big job she is, she can have somebody who is in a less status than her go out there and earn more money. Men just know how to do that. That's their skill. We need as a society to combine the two. And when we can combine the two by putting the woman in the place where she belongs and is most effective, and have the man in the place where he belongs and is most effective, then you find the society striving. As black people, that is how it is with us. The other set of people might be different. You understand? But for us, our men are not very good at managing money. And oftentimes, they recognize it and they earn their money and carry the money home and give wifey and keep a little bit for themselves. And many of them, because when I was in real estate, I can't tell you how many men came looking for houses and them tell me, boy, them don't know how wifey do it, but she did it. Them just carry home the money and then after a few years, wifey come say, honey, time to go find a house now. Time to buy a house now. And them send the man out to go look. You understand? Now, I believe that we need to utilize the skills in the management of the finances of this country, especially in circumstances where it is so limited. For the next female finance minister, Mr. Prime Minister Andrew HOLNESS, you need to be careful of what you're doing. I would suggest to you that you look at certain qualities first before you start looking at the qualifications. Because you can always get advisors to advise the woman. You want a female. This is the person you're looking for now, The first thing you're looking for is somebody who can give good advice. Somebody that everybody runs to when they can't figure out something and ask them, this is my problem, what do you think? And just like that, in a few seconds, they can come with a solution for that person. That is a genius. That's a skill that should be leading any country. But unfortunately, it don't happen with us. It is not just the suggestions and the advice, but whenever they give advice, it's good advice, and the persons always benefit from it. That is the first thing you're looking for. The next thing you're looking for in your next female Minister of Finance is that she must be a generous person. Nobody will no more mean people. Them the mean man that don't work out. Right? You want somebody who is generous, not overly generous, that as soon as somebody come with a sub story, bam, then give her the money. No, they will mash up a country. Right? So you want somebody who can give good advice for the right occasion, and they are generous. The next quality you're looking for is that woman should be an excellent homemaker. Homemaker, that is what you're looking for. And you want a woman who likes to be in a clean environment. Look at how she operates in our office. Without simple things. Simple things now you can look at to tell how their minds work. And when I say simple, I mean real simple. You see something called penmanship. You'll be surprised to know what a person's penmanship can tell you about them. A person who wants to communicate their thoughts and make sure that it is not misunderstood. A person who is thoughtful is going to give you an excellent penmanship. Somebody with excellent penmanship tells you that this is somebody who is organized. They are organized in their thinking. And if you want a finance minister, you want somebody who is organized. And as a female, she's going to set her priorities when she looks on a little bit of money that is coming in. Yes, you have to spend this amount of money, right? And the little that is left, you watch and see what that woman will tell you to do with that money, Mr. Prime Minister. One benefit of a female finance minister is that you can pick a female of almost any age. Once they have sufficient experience, the priorities is what you will always get, right? Now I'm going to give you an example of poor priorities. Recently, your finance minister announced that he had the biggest NIR in the history of Jamaica and boasting about it as if, when two men sit down comparing, and them talking about who bigger than you and this and that. Me have a bigger NIR than you, and that is how men think. They think in terms of small things that are unimportant in the real world. He has an NIR of US $5.1 billion. That's over $800 billion. He said not one penny of it was borrowed. It's all taxes. When we were under the IMF, we were running NIR for around 2 to 2.5 billion. That suggested, and we were passing the test, that suggests to me that that is what is required for us to hold in that NIR in reserve, net international reserve. So having $5.1 billion US in the NIR is overkill. That $400 billion that we pay you boys in taxes, you should be using for our benefit. What the hell you taking the money, put it in reserve for? That's like a man coming in, earning how much money, and take his money, put in the bank, and the pitney them a yard a starve. That is misplaced priorities. From a man who probably was never hungry in all his life. And that's the next thing I want you to do, Prime Minister. You see the next finance minister, make sure them know and experience hunger in them life. We don't want them to imagine it. They must understand what it is like to be hungry, and hungry because they don't have no money. It is the only way they are going to ensure that when them spending taxes, when they're collecting the taxes, they know where to spend it in order to get the maximum outcome. And what is the maximum outcome? That you have a society that is healthy and happy, and the people can provide for their families food, shelter, clothing, healthcare, and security. That is what you want your Minister of Finance to do. And to date, we have not found a Minister of Finance that was able to accomplish any such thing. What I just described to you, Prime Minister, is somebody who has the qualities of a person who loves people. All of those qualities is embodied in love, first and foremost. Love people, empathize with people, understand their plight, and want to make things better. And not only want to, will do whatever is necessary to make the lives of the people better. And all that individual will do for you, Prime Minister, is to set the priorities, arrange the priorities, and spend a little bit of money that is coming in the best way to get the most outcome, the best outcome, because that is what a female does in her home every day. The skimpy money come in, must buy food, it must send children to school, it must provide clothes, and they set that priority as to what is important, what is not so important, what not important at all, and they spend the money accordingly. And that is how they are able to make their families survive. Find yourself a good woman who fit the criteria as I suggested, or if you have your own, and you will see the same kind of results that are experienced in so many homes all over this country for so many decades, right? Because that woman is skilled at setting priorities, and that is the key when you're managing limited resources. That is who you want as your next finance minister. And I suggest to you, you find yourself a female and you will get that. After all of the qualities that I just described, then you look about the qualification part. And if there are any shortcomings, you get them advisors. Let them select their advisors. And you will be shocked to see how this country moves like it has never moved in its history, because I don't believe that we have ever had a Minister of Finance who is female. I hear word that you might be considering Favour Williams. The only objection I would have to Favour, or suggestion to you, is that you may not want to look in that direction. She's not very popular in the Ministry of Education, and therefore for you to put her in finance, it's going to cause some consternation, and it may take a while for her to prove herself. But you don't need to do that if you can find somebody else, another female who is fresh-faced, new, and can inspire confidence in our people. Well, that's my 2 cents worth on the matter. I would love to hear your opinion on who the new finance minister should be and what you think they should bring to the table. And I don't have to tell you that I look forward to reading your comments. So please remember now to give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, share and subscribe. Until next time, take good care of yourself and walk good.